That is how utterly utter hellhole and a shithole India is. And I'm using the second word not just figuratively, but literally. Well, government is a symptom of the problem. The real problem is Indians themselves. And the disconnect, as you can see, started happening in financial economic terms in the late 70s, early 80s, when GDP per capita of India was likely higher than that of China. So India was the country to move to those days. A lot more Indians spoke English and understood English those days. Chinese did not really understand English at that point of time. So the world thought in early 80s that the next emerging market would be India. And then you saw what happened. From early 80s to today, Chinese economy on per capita basis is about 5.5 times that of India. So China has grown rapidly over the last 3 decades or so, whereas India has failed to catch up with China in any sense of the word. Now, anyone, Blake, to be very honest, who compares China with India is clueless about the two countries. China is a first world country when you look at it from the perspective of India. China has infrastructure. China has massive, good quality, high skilled manufacturing units. It has people who have work ethic. And I have recently been in China for about 2.5 weeks, and I go multiple times a year to China. I love that country, and I can always imagine living myself in China. Actually, I'm actually thinking of spending a couple of months every year in China, whereas you can give me $1 billion and cannot convince me to live in India. That is how utterly utter hellhole and a shithole India is. And I'm using the second word not just figuratively, but literally, because half of the Indian population actually uses the open as toilets. So wow. That's the kind of situation India has. You always have to ask yourself, why did India fail to benefit from all these low-hanging fruit, all the technology transfer that was happening to China? Why did India completely fail to benefit from it? And unless you have understood that, and I repeat, understand why India failed in the last 30 years. And if you cannot explain why India failed in the last 30 years to catch up with China or actually exceed or be better than China, you don't really understand what the future is for India.